Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This evening, His Excellency the President is going to make a statement to the country on the subject that is pregnant. And after his statement, we are going to take a few questions just to clarify or whatever other clarifications you may need. And then we will conclude this very brief moment. Your Excellency the President.
Thank you, William. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you are all aware, the Appointments Committee has now been approved by Parliament, and in accordance with our Constitution and law, it is necessary that I forward the names of our Cabinet nominees to Parliament for their approval. We have been consulting, and we are continuing to consult with Kenyans and meeting various individuals from all parts of our nation. And indeed, we do believe that as we conclude this particular process, we will put in place a government that can deliver not only on the Jubilee Manifesto, but also ensure that we truly are able to transform our nation and our society and take Kenya to the next level of development. This has been an exercise that we have been undertaking for the last week, and like I said, we will continue to undertake, and I do believe we have met and will continue to meet a lot of brilliant Kenyan minds, all who are willing and able to serve this nation, and who will truly enable us to give a face of Kenya, the diversity of our nation, and also ensure that we meet our constitutional responsibility that is also in line with our own manifesto of ensuring that the gender aspects are also taken care of. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I will be announcing a few names. We will be announcing more as we go along. But I'd like to introduce our first nominee. Our first nominee is Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Fred was born in Borabu. He taught at Egerton University and later at the University of Nairobi. He has held various research and program implementation positions with various local and international organizations. He consulted previously for, amongst others, the World Bank, Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, the Inter-Parliamentary Union, and the United Nations Development Programme. He is a governance and program implementation expert and the immediate former country director of the Kenya Parliamentary Support Programme. He is leaving his current position as the Eastern African Regional Representative for the Center for International Development, Rockefeller College of Public Affairs and Policy, the State University of New York, to join our government as the Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication, and Technology. Fred is married and has 2 children. I'd like at this opportunity to allow Fred, because like I said, we want to try and do things differently. We want to try and make it open. We have been consulting as opposed to what Kenyans are traditionally used to, hearing a radio announcement at 1 o'clock. We have been meeting our nominees to gauge their competence, but also to gauge their willingness and ability in helping us implement the agenda that we have for Kenya. So Fred, please come and make a few words.
Your Excellency, the President, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you, first and foremost, for affording me an opportunity to join the dynamic Jubilee team that you two lead, and the opportunity to make a contribution to the development of our country. I know there is a lot to be done, but we hope, by the grace of God, that we will be able in the coming days to work together with the others on the team to make our contribution. There's a lot to be done, and we hope together we will implement the Jubilee Manifesto, especially in the ICT sector, and move our country and the ICT sector especially to the next level. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you. Looking forward to working with you. Thank you. Karibu sana.
Pongezi.
Thank you.
Pongezi, Bwana Fred.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Our next nominee is Mr. Henry K. Rotich. Henry has been the head of macroeconomics at the Treasury, Ministry of Finance, since March 2006. He has been involved in formulating macroeconomic policies that ensure an affordable and sustainable path of public spending aimed at achieving the government's development priorities. He is also involved in the preparation of key budget documents, including the budget statements, as well as providing strategic coordination of structural reforms in the areas of fiscal and financial management. Prior to joining the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Rotich has worked at the Central Bank since 1994. At one time, he was attached to the International Monetary Fund, local office here in Nairobi, to work as an economist. He has also consulted as a short-term macroeconomic expert in our region. This includes Mozambique, Malawi, and Rwanda. Also with the IMF's East African AfriTac, which is based in Tanzania, has also consulted with the IMF's East African AfriTac, which is based in Tanzania. He's also been involved with the Macroeconomic and Financial Management Institute, which is MEMFI, in Zimbabwe, and in addition has also worked in supporting the designing of the macroeconomic convergence criteria of the proposed East African Monetary Union. Mr. Rotich holds a master's degree in public administration from the Harvard Kennedy School at Harvard University. He also holds a master's degree in economics from the University of Nairobi and a bachelor's degree in economics first class from the same university. He's 44 years and married with 2 sons. I have had the pleasure of working with Henry while I was also at the Treasury, and I'd like to introduce Henry as our nominee for Cabinet Secretary, the National Treasury. Henry.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I'm very deeply humbled for this nomination. And I would like first to sincerely thank His Excellency the President and his Deputy for the trust and the confidence they've given to me to spearhead the economic management of the country at this very challenging time. To you Kenyans, I will be drawing on your support to move the agenda that has been laid down by His Excellency the President. Thank you very much.
Asante, Henry.
Thank you, Henry. Asante sana.
Our next nominee is James Wainaina Macharia. Mr. Macharia was born in 1959. He was top in his class for both O-levels and A-levels, attained a BCom with honors in the University of Nairobi in 1983. On merit, he was selected by Deloitte & Touche to train as a chartered accountant in London. Mr. Macharia is also a qualified CPA. He attained an MBA degree from the Henley Management College in the United Kingdom. He joined Standard Bank in 1989, rising to become financial controller in 1994. Thereafter, he worked in Zambia as the managing director of the African Banking Corporation and later transferred to Tanzania in the same position. He has been group managing director with the NIC Bank from 2005 to date, when the bank grew more than tenfold with 5 subsidiary companies, including Tanzania and Uganda. Mr. Macharia is married to a Zambian, Pamela Chada, and has 2 children, Martin and Sandra. Mr. Macharia is our nominee for Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Health. Karibu Bwana Macharia. Asante.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I'm very grateful and deeply honored to be given this opportunity by Your Excellency, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, and Deputy President William Ruto to serve this great country of ours. Whereas, as we acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen, that we all have challenges, I believe that there is no single challenge which cannot be overcome. Throughout my life in corporate world, we have encountered very, very challenging scenarios and environments, but I believe with commitment and passion and teamwork, nothing cannot be achieved. So I come before you with great humility. I know banking is different from health sector, but I believe with the strategies which we shall put together, with the teamwork of my colleagues and support of the entire country, I believe that we shall overcome and achieve a lot for the benefit of our country. Once again, Your Excellency, I do thank you for bestowing this trust, and I commit that we shall not let you down. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Asante.
Thank you, Bwana Macharia.
Our final nominee for today is Ambassador Amina Mohammed. Ambassador Mohammed is currently the Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations and Deputy Executive Director of the United Nations Environment Program at Nairobi. Formerly, Ambassador Mohammed served as the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Justice, National Cohesion and Constitutional Affairs, and was also a former ambassador of Kenya to the United Nations at Geneva. Amina is a lawyer and diplomat by profession and has served in the public service since 1985. She has served in the Ministries of Local Government, Foreign Affairs and Justice. Amina is married to Mr. Ahmed and has 2 children. Amina is our nominee for Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Balozi.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you very
Karibu.
much. Well, thank you very much, Your Excellency. I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to serve our great country in this very unique position. I'm humbled, I feel privileged and uniquely honored, and I'll be waiting for your instructions on what I should be doing next. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.